But as far as what guided us into like, why did we wait 7 years? It was really important to me because when I went and did my first album in Nashville, great songs. It told a story about where I was in my life. I wrote a lot of songs about me. It was a therapy album about an old past relationship. So, for me, it was like, that album was a big learning lesson for me. So, but I also know we really produced. There were horns, there were big harmonies, and then when people came to see me live in person, it was me and a piano. It was like, how does that translate to what people know and love in the venue, which has been my flagship product, is my show.
Yeah.
And then then they go stream my music, which great. It was an awesomely well produced album, but it didn't really match branding wise for me. And so I really wanted what we released as a duo to number one make sense. So it took us time to find our stage presence and what
and
we
just
were.
Our comfortability together and what we are most confident in doing, and like really finding our sound took a while. But that's really the main reason, because a lot of people are like, I don't know why y'all haven't released any music. Well, that's really why.
It was important to get it right.
And I think it was the perfect time. It was the right time. Because I've had songs written. I still have a lot of songs. One of them, at least on the album, was one of the first songs that I'd written. And I still have a lot of old songs that I'd written way before I met you.
But some of them didn't make sense for us to record.
Right.
And a lot of people have recorded your music already,
And so a lot of these songs most of these songs on this album were written after we were together, and it kind of started to make sense, and I started writing for us. And because we had toyed with the idea of recording, and we were like having a brand. Just we didn't know what to do. We were like,
does it make sense for a duo to release a song about breakup? Or like, who leads vocally? Are we going to equally share? Does every song need to be a duet? Well, these were the conversations that we had.
Well, and you even talked about. You were like, well, why does it matter if it's one genre? Well, it definitely matters because it gives.
That was
an
a conversation
identity crisis
a while back, but yes,
of course. But
niching into, I mean, we are country music guys. Let's just go ahead and put that out there. I mean, you guys, if you've heard us before, we do country rock, oldies, blues. I even rap and do pop, and I mean all the things, because it's an all request show, and it's about playing music that you all know and love. And so,
when at that time it was like, well, that's what people are going to hear at our show. They're going to hear everything. Well, but. That's not us.
That's not us.
That's
as
not us
original artists.
As original artists.
Yes.
And speaking to those of you out there, if you are an original artist, find your lane that you most fit in and feel most comfortable in. And I think we've definitely done that with these songs in this album.
But what we did keep from our show is, number one, we wanted high energy for the most part. We wanted to be able to perform our original music and be able to bring the live show that you guys know and love about us, which is that in your face, rocking a fiddle and a guitar and a piano. There are moments to bring it down and have sentimental and, tug on a heartstring with ballads, but we didn't want to be ballad heavy. And we definitely wanted the rockin' country sound. And so, all of these were the conversations that really came to a point where we didn't have it calculated that it would be October 27 of 2023 that we really released the album, but it felt right about 2 months ago. I was like, Cliff, I think we're ready. What makes sense? We're headed to the Caribbean. We won't be where we can produce anything if we're in the Caribbean, because, we produce all of our music ourselves, and we got to make sure we factor that in. What if we just pick the Friday before we leave for the month and really just shoot to make that happen? And it all felt right.
A few of the songs were not even recorded at all.
At that point. So we're like, let's get it done. Now I want to stop and take a brief moment to say, Cliff,